welcome back to Swatchfest. I'm so glad that you're here. I hope you've all had an awesome week, and if you really didn't have an awesome week, I hope that Swatchfest provides a little space for you to kind of decompress and not think about that stuff. So we're gonna get right into this. So on Swatchfest, we swatched 10 random polishes from my stash. We're gonna go ahead and start with red. My red this week comes from Kiko. I'm just so loving this brand. This is a gorgeous scarlet or ruby red with tons of gold shimmer in there. This is number 493. I will put right here what the name of this polish is because they're not listed on my bottle. I love this. If I'm gonna wear a red, this is definitely a way that I enjoy wearing it. Mixing it up, throwing some gold in there, and this is great at 2 coats. It applies so nice and easily. Definitely, if you haven't checked out Kiko yet from all the times that I've been talking about it, I definitely recommend. I don't think you will be disappointed. There are only 11 milliliter bottles, but I really enjoy their formulas. My pink today is from Hansen, the Complete Salon Manicure line. This is definitely one of my favorite lines from Hansen. I just think that their formulas always feel really nice. So this is called Aflorable, and it is what I have on my nails in this video. And this pink just totally stole my heart this week. I put it on and I really don't like pink, you guys know that. But something about this one just felt, it was just rather perfect to me. It was just a little bit dusty, not too much. Still nice and bright, it's light. It's just, it felt like a very effortless pink for me to wear and one that didn't feel obnoxious to me. So I really enjoyed this, and I think, did I pick this? I'm sure I must have picked it up like at a Rite Aid clearance or something. You know how sometimes you see like the red tag stickers, or maybe that's at Walgreens. Anyway, I don't ever buy this line unless it's on clearance because even though I love it so much, I think it's overpriced. But this is a really good one. So you guys, I had such a fun past couple days. It was Tim's birthday. He was turning a big important number in my opinion, and my mom offered to come watch the kids for us for 24 hours while we went out and had some time to ourselves. And let me tell you, we've been married for coming up on 7 years, and we have not had 24 hours to ourselves since the night of our wedding. Like, start right after our wedding. For that 24 hours was the last time that we were alone for 24 hours sans kids, because we've always had kids since we've been married, and that can get wearing, you guys. But we have a special needs child. We just don't always feel comfortable leaving him with anybody, and we haven't lived close to my mom in a while, so this is the first time we've had the opportunity. And so she and my dad came up and watched the kids. We went down to a neighboring town. We got a nice hotel. We went to a movie. We went to dinner. We just had some really nice time. Oh my goodness. I can't even think of if we've ever been to a place that had just a hot tub and we were just sitting in there by ourselves, no kids. It was just so lovely. So huge thanks to my mom. She doesn't watch my channel because she doesn't use the internet. But huge thanks to my mom and dad. It just meant the world to us, and happy birthday to Tim. I won't tell you his age. That's up to him to tell you, but it was a big number, and yeah, we just had such an awesome time. And I'm just really grateful that we had the opportunity to spend some one-on-one quality time. So let's move along. Let's talk about orange. I do have an orange today. It's kind of orangey red, right? This is kind of similar to the red that I showed you, but more orange. So this is Revlon Uninhibited, and this I definitely picked up on clearance at Rite Aid for like $1.75 or something like that. It's beautiful. It's really nice. My only problem with these bottles that they're discontinuing, I believe, which is why they went on sale, is their brushes are so thin. You have to do a lot of strokes. This was a little bit of a sheer formula. like a thinner, waterier one, so that makes it, I don't know, it just feels like even more of something to tackle when you have that teeny tiny little brush. However, I guess if you had a really wide brush, it would probably have the tendency to just flood all over your cuticles. So there is that, but once I had this at the opacity that I liked, I really thought it was beautiful. This is just so blazing bright, and that gorgeous gold, kind of like that red we looked at. This is definitely like a foily metallic look on the nail. I love this. So this is Uninhibited, and I'm gonna show you 2 coats. So I don't have a yellow for you today, but I have this yellow-green micro glitter holographic from Shimmer. So we're gonna put this in here. And this holographic is so bright and in your face, you guys. So this is called Stalk Market, but like celery stalk, S-T-A-L-K. And as you can see, it's this gorgeous light spring green. This is actually pretty good for, it's a little bit lighter than the choice of the color for the year, but it's kind of in that range. So this is really beautiful. This is a little bit sheer at 2 coats, but I don't mind. Definitely with a formula like this where it's just packed with this micro glitter, but it's not chunky micro glitter. Like, you don't feel like it's just overwhelming your nail. I really actually liked this at 2 coats, even though I could still see my nail line a little bit. I definitely recommend this. I got this in the clearance section of their store, and I'm really enjoying it. It is a little bit more difficult to take off, as with micro glitters are, because they tend to get everywhere, but I thought this was really, really beautiful. So if it's still in their store, I really recommend. I think this is great. So let me tell you some of the stuff that's on my face. For foundation, I tried out this CoverGirl CG Smoothers BB Cream, and it's one of the products that I picked up because, like, a YouTube made me buy it kind of thing at the end of the year. I still have that Get Ready With Me coming for you that has a bunch of other products, but I did pick up 2 foundations due to all those recommendations at the end of the year. And it was Young, Wild, and Polished that really, really recommended this BB cream. However, after I snapped about it, one of you snapped me back and let me know that she was talking about like the matte version. It was something that's slightly different than the one that I got. So what that person was telling me, that this is actually really sheer and not as good, I guess, compared to the one that Nicole from Young, Wild, and Polished was talking about. And I can attest to that. I got number 805. I think this is the most sheer tinted moisturizer I have ever tried. It basically just feels like a very dewy moisturizer, and I couldn't even tell that it was giving me any coverage at all. So any coverage that you see happening today is completely due to the Tarte Shape Tape. I had to bring it like all the way down here. I'm having a lot of redness. Like I always have red splotchiness all over my cheeks. I just do. I always have. But it's like extra right now. And then I did that mask the other day. What was it called? I don't even remember what it was. I had picked it up at Walgreens and I showed you guys on Snapchat. And it like really inflamed stuff. It really irritated my skin, even though it was called like a calming mask. Anyway, I don't do masks that often. Probably mostly for that reason, as I always feel like my skin gets really angry afterwards. My skin's just so used to, I've been doing the same routine since I was like 12 years old. Anyway, I had a lot of redness and this covered absolutely none of it. So I had to use basically a Tarte Shape Tape down to here. I'm blending it all the way down because this absolutely did nothing. So the person who snapped me, I'm sorry, I can't remember. Thank you for telling me. I should have listened to you and just taken this back without opening it, but I thought I really want to try this for myself. And indeed, it gives no coverage, which actually on a lot of days I really prefer that. I have a Benefit tinted moisturizer that I like a lot that gives very little coverage. But just lately, because of all that redness in my skin, I was looking for a little bit more. So anyway, this, yeah, is very light coverage. Okay, so on my eyes today, I used this again. You guys, people are not joking when they talk about how much they love this palette. You can just do so many different things. So today, I've worked a lot with the warm shades in here. Today, I was working with the very light kind of mauvey dusty purple. And first I put tempera all over the lid to kind of help even things out. I have redness in my lids. And then I went in with Buon Fresco and I put that in my crease and I took it all the way down to my lash line. And it's just such a beautiful, soothing, light purple, and it's not like obvious purple, you know what I mean? It's just a very soft romantic look. That's what I was going for today. And then I took a little bit of Love Letter and I just barely put it in the crease, and I took, or in the outer V, and I took both of those just barely under my eye. Just a really soft look, and it's totally different than like the oranges and the reds, which I also really love in this palette. You guys, pick this palette up. I think this is my favorite palette that was released in 2016 for sure, because was the Shade and Light from Kat Von D released in 2016? I guess if that was released in 2016, they're tied, because I use the Shade and Light every single day. And then on my lips today is this Maybelline Crazy for Coffee. I remember that this is also YouTube, maybe buy it. I purchased this because of Holly Forest. She used to be Holly Loves Lipstick or Holly Eats Lipstick. And it's just a beautiful, brown shade. I mean, it's a slightly rosy brown shade. It's what is on there. These are so creamy and hydrating, and my goodness, Maybelline lippies are definitely some of my favorites. So that's what that is. So because I didn't have a yellow and I kind of made that green yellow my yellow spot, this green that I'm sharing with you today is definitely like a blue green. So you can kind of, you know, you can decide for yourself what you want to call it. But it's a duochrome, and so it actually is also flashing purple on the edges. And this is another Sally Hansen Color Therapy Argan Oil formula. This is called Reflection Pool. I picked up a few more of these because I really did enjoy that first one that I tried. And this is number 450. And because this is a duochrome, I really wanted to make sure I could actually see all of that flip, and so I put this over a black, and it is so, so gorgeous. You can wear this 3 coats on its own, but if you just do a good layer of black underneath, 1 coat of this on the top, and it gives it all that base that it needs to be able to make all the duochrome show. So I really adored this. If you don't mind polishes that need a base, black bases aren't like white bases. Black bases don't annoy me. And the one that I use is from Painted Polish, and it is called Midnight Mischief. It's absolutely the best. So that's what this is. Let's take a look at Reflection Pool. I'm going to show you how it looks on its own, but also over black. Okay, for blue today, I have an Everglaze polish for you again. This is China Glaze Extended Wear brand, or, you know, line, part of their brand. I just, with all these brands that are coming out with like better formulas than their other formulas, I just feel like they could change all their formulas, but anyway, whatever. Okay, so this is called Breath of Fresh Air, and I liked this. This is, it's not a thick polish, but because this is going to need 3 coats, because it's a little bit too sheer at 2, it ends up feeling a little bit heavier on the nail than I would like. This does have a very light silver shimmer. It is really, really beautiful, but for me, I just wish this had, because you're going to need 3 coats, I just wish that it had a little bit lighter formula, just like, You'll see what I mean when we go look at the OPI that I'm going to show you in a minute. It has the perfect consistency of formula for something that needs 3 coats. So anyway, this was just a little bit more runny, but I did still think this was pretty. Will I grab this a ton? Probably not, just because I know I'm going to have to go for those 3 coats. But, I mean, it is a really nice, very light powdery blue. I watched this week, I really didn't sit down and watch anything this week except, well, okay, except for Trolls. Honor watches that 3 times a day, but her and Joy like danced all the music. Besides that, I sat down and watched 10 Things I Hate About You. I love that show. I was revisiting some movies from my teenage years, and I just absolutely love that show. If you haven't checked it out, if you're not from that era, watch that video. It's so, so great. And then, oh my goodness, as for TV, I really didn't watch a lot of TV either, but I did finish The Voice, and skip ahead like 1 minute if you don't want to hear. So Sundance Head was the winner, and I really wanted Allie to win, but she didn't even make it to the top 4. Sundance, though, the country singer, has such a beautiful voice, and I was glad for him. But I really, really wanted Allie to win. Anyway, that's all the TV I watched. Let me know, you guys, what you are like binge watching right now. What is your absolute favorite thing? I want to know. My purple polish today is from Zoya, and this is, I think, the only Zoya neon that I have ever picked up. Look at that purple. It is so cool. It's so bright. I was sharing this with you guys on Snapchat the other night. Like, do you guys know what this is? It's amazing. So this is Charisma, and I picked this up during my Black Friday haul, and I think I have one other maybe neon polish. Actually, the one called Phoebe is like a bright matte, and they don't even actually sell it on their website anymore. Probably, well, I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with their like whole safe neon thing. I don't really know. But of course I have that polish because it is my namesake, but this is really, I feel like, the only other one that I've ever got that is a true neon. So this is going to dry matte. It's going to have that kind of chalky look to it. Not super chalky, but it's because it's a different kind of pigment in there. And then it's like a little bit streaky looking, but honestly, I was warned about this polish that it wasn't that great formula-wise. I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it looked great at 2 coats. And man, you slap a top coat on this and it is so banging, you guys. This is so beautiful. So if you love purple, I feel like I am close to collecting all the Zoya purples at this point, but I definitely recommend this one, especially if you like bright, bright colors. It's great. Okay guys, so it's neutral, and this polish was my runner-up for the week. I really loved a lot of the stuff I'm showing you today, but this was my runner-up. I almost made it my A+. So this is OPI, and it's a DS polish, and it doesn't have the name on the bottom. I got this at Marshall's, and it just didn't have a name. I just looked it up the other day, but it just slipped my mind, so I'm going to write it right here what I think it is, and that's based off of Googling things. If you know what this is really called and you want to let me know in the comments, that would be cool. But this is so beautiful. So this is a sandy brown scattered holographic polish, and I just love this. Okay, so this is the polish I was talking about that has a really, really gorgeous, like, thinner formula, but you're still getting decent coverage. So they made this thinner so that you could see all that holographic, but it's not so thin that it's going to be way too sheer and you need 100 coats. This actually looks really great at 2 coats, and I just love the formula on here. It just applies so nice where it's still wet, but it's not runny and it's not too thick. Oh, I just love it so much. Literally applying this, I was doing that. I was like, oh, this is so nice. It was like getting a massage. No, not that good. I wish it was that good, but this is really lovely. So if you happen to find this at Marshall's, I mean, this is a really good polish. It's probably not so good that you need to like go track it down on eBay or something, but I do really like this. So if you spot it, snatch it. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little sneak peek right now of the collection launching in February. It's going to be hopefully be launching if I can get everything pulled together. I want to launch it the first week of February so that you have time to shop for it before Valentine's Day if you want it. However, there's no pinks or reds in this collection at all. There's not any typical Valentine's colors because I did just release 3 reds in January. So I actually went with just colors that I really liked and not particularly like pinks or reds like I said. So the collection is called Primetime Lovers and it is inspired by television couplings. So from like some of my favorite shows, like my favorite couples from those shows. So excited about it. I'm not going to really tell you who all is in it right now because I'm going to do a whole separate video, but I just want to give you guys a little sneak peek on these polishes. So this first one here, basically how the pairings are going to go is each of the women is a, I wouldn't say a lighter, brighter shade. That's probably the brightest one, but they're definitely lighter shades. And then the man's shade that goes with the woman in that coupling, I wouldn't say it's a variation off of that shade, but it's definitely inspired by that shade. So it's like the man kind of inspired by the lady kind of thing. So anyway, this is for one of the women in the collection, and this is like a cornflower blue, and it has just so much gold shimmer in there, and it also has iridescent glitters that go between green and orange and red, and this is really, really fun. I had so much fun creating this collection, you guys, because I was so inspired. This whole theme, I've actually been thinking about this collection since before I even did the Elfing Around collection, so very, very excited. The next one is this seafoam green. Hey, kind of goes here. This one's a little bit brighter because it has, I don't know. Anyway, this looks like this. I love this color, obviously, because I'm wearing this. I didn't even realize we were matching today. So this is for one of the other women in the pairings. And this one has a lot of light, kind of dusty green shimmer actually in it. And it has iridescent flakies. They're rainbow flakies. This is actually inspired after what one of the women is wearing in one of the episodes that she's in. And this is inspired after what one of the women is wearing all the time, if that gives you any kind of clues about the woman. And then this third one is kind of a ruddy peach is how I'm thinking of it when I look at it. And this is a linear holographic, but it is also packed with gold shimmer. And I love this one, but these 3 women are some of my favorites from television, and so I can't wait for you guys to see. I'm going to keep their men a secret, and you guys can see that coming up in a video. It won't be very long because if I'm going to launch on February, what is it, February 4th, you'll be seeing that video pretty soon. So anyway, very, very excited for you guys to see this collection. So let's move on to our last 2 polishes of the week. This first polish, the glitter, is probably the only polish out of the week as I look here at my polishes that I probably won't ever wear again. So this is it's not really a white curly base, it's kind of like an off-white to gray base there, creamed curly base with rainbow glitters in here. And this is from Studio M, and I did receive this as a gift, and I don't think that this polish is horrible. It's totally just because of my personal preference. So this is called Sweet Tooth, and it's really beautiful. There's aquas and purples and gold or yellow glitters in there, red. But for me, the funny thing about polishes like this, I remember when I was pregnant with Joy, I was swatching the KB Shimmer Spring collection, and there was like half of the collection was these curlies with glitters, and I was so
sick. That was like right before I took like a 3 or 4 month break, which is really the only time that I've taken that kind of break in my channel. I don't think I took that much. I put like 1 video up a week or something like that if I look back at it. But I was just so sick, like literally swatching polishes was making me sick, and I was like, no, my favorite thing, this can't make me sick. I was so sick when I was swatching those that now every time I swatch a Crelly, especially one that has like a very whitish base, it makes me feel ill. And I wasn't getting quite to that point while I was swatching this, but that's what it was making me think of, and I was just like, oh, I just really don't like the look of this. That's just totally my personal preference though. If you're looking for something like this, this has so much glitter in it. It really packs a punch. It looks so much better in my opinion with lots of top coat, and you really can't beat the price. This is $3. So if you haven't been by for the past few Swatch Fests, I've been swatching some Studio M polishes, which you can pick up, I believe, exclusively at Meyers, is what I've heard, and they're really good. I've liked everything. Just this one for me, because of my preference, I didn't care for this, but you may really enjoy this.
Okay guys, so we're ready for the A+ polish, and I was so gaga over this polish. Like I said, that OPI DS polish was definitely runner-up, and if you don't like bright polishes, go for that OPI DS because it is absolutely divine. But this one just stole my heart, and it's from Sinful Colors. It's so budget friendly. This is a new polish. It's not as new. The number is $21.99, so it's not as high as the 22s that are all the Candy Johnson and the new stuff that's just hitting shelves like right now. Are slightly newer, but this is new as of 2017. It's called Deep End, and just this color, you guys, this color is just exactly my love. In fact, it's pretty similar to the polish that I created for this last collection, but this one has more purple in it. So yeah, this is basically just a gorgeous blurple, and it has lots of blue-green shimmer. The shimmer isn't as strong as, say, something like this. Like, I put so much shimmer in this. I think that this one, they probably put a lot of shimmer in it here, but it's very fine. It's even finer than the shimmer that I picked for this polish. And so it kind of is just like barely there. And when I took the picture of it, I couldn't get the picture to show it as much as I was seeing in person. So it's just something to keep in mind, you guys. This is so gorgeous. I remember when Debbie showed this to me. Hi, Debbie. On Instagram, she showed me a picture of it, and you are right, Debbie, it is so gorgeous, and I'm finally just getting around to swatching it, and I love it so much. So definitely don't miss on this one. This is just $2, you guys, and it's my favorite. The formula is gorgeous. I didn't even say that, but of course, the formula is gorgeous. Alright guys, so that is all of my polishes for this Swatch Fest. Thank you guys for coming to hang out with me. I love you so much. Thank you for making Swatch Fest such a fun thing for me to do every week. I look forward to it so much, and I love when you guys tell me about how you look forward to it, and it's just like our time to just totally chill. That's exactly what I want it to be. Let me know in the comments things you're watching on TV this week, movies you're seeing. If you have a favorite beauty product, I always want to hear about that kind of stuff. You guys know the kind of stuff I like. I know I've been talking about the OPI Fiji collection for a while, you guys, but what happened is my regular supplier that I get it from had been promising me that I was going to get it, and then just kept being like, oh, I don't have it yet, I should have it tomorrow, kind of thing, like over and over and over. But my girl Pal from The Polished Pursuit walked into a beauty supply store the other day and actually found it. So a reliable person as she is, she actually had it in her hands when she promised that she would give it to me, unlike this other person. And so she picked me up a whole set and she sent it to me right away. So I do have it now, and you guys will get to see it very soon. So very exciting. 12 new shades from OPI, and I have also been asked about when I will get the Essie spring collection. And I don't have an actual like in my hands kind of situation with that, so I don't really want to promise you guys anymore, because I felt so bad about keep telling you that I was going to be swatching the OPI collection for you when this person was being so flaky. And I'm sorry, I'm flaky too sometimes, and so it makes me feel really bad when I'm like that, because I know how annoying it can be. But we'll be looking at it very soon. And thanks to Paula from The Polished Pursuit. If you guys don't know, she recently changed her blog over, and it's called The Polished Pursuit now instead of Nail Polish Pursuit, because she's going to be doing lots more stuff like organizational videos, planning videos, how to DIYs, all kinds of stuff, and including still, of course, nail polish. And her blog is just so gorgeous. She has such a great eye. I really respect people who can do that, because I do not have a clue when it comes to that stuff. So I think that's going to be it. Thanks you guys for everyone who purchased the Moonshine Mani January Trio. It's still all for sale, as well as is the Elfing Around collection. They will still all be up on my website when I launch the February collection as well, so don't worry. Thanks you guys for your love and support. I love you guys so much. Leave me in the comments anything you want me to know, and enter the giveaway too if you want to. The rules are always in the description bar. Hope you guys have a super duper day. I will see you back for the next video. Bye.